the new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Plenty of time left. How's the match going to play out? Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. Knockdown. Both fighters' drive gauges are empty. Let's see how this affects the neutral game. Player two needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. Both of them have entered burnout state, which will drastically change their approach to the fight. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. This is a huge chance to make a feel. Player one doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. That drive impact doesn't get through. Chin-right kick for a mix-up. Medium kick. Knockdown. Scrapping it out up close. But experiencing burnout. Each hit is so important here. Knockdown and player two, KO. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round two. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it? Avoids getting cornered. Looking to impress with this super. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player one has just goes for it at this range. Player two needs to use the threat of... That was a huge KO. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Waiting for the opponent to make the first move. Very nice anti-air there. They read their opponent like a book. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Opts for the throw. Steps in for the throw. Combo with the target combo. Punish counter. This could lead to something big. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Neither of them willing to back off here. Can't tech the throw. Takes a trip. Jumps in. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Player one will have to fight back here without any drop. Just goes for it at this range. Hold your breath. Going wild with Shout of Earth. KO. Player two takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Player one chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Now that's how you use an impact. Throws them to start the corner pressure. There's a wall splat. They can't do anything now. Their worst fear in the corner taking form. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Experiencing burnout. Player two will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. It brushes that off and keeps going. The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Chin-right kick for a mix-up. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Player two can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. They're recovered. What are they gonna do? Can they close the round without relying on drive? kill. No doubt about it.
Sit down and shut up!
What a finish! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Player 1 has the life lead. Can they exploit this advantage? Opts for the throw. All right. Tries to throw but doesn't connect. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Sticks the jump in. From up above. Knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that could still be overcome with smart drive use. All right, what's coming up next? Can't tech the throw. Finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Brings out a bomb. It's cute and it hits him with a stopping bomb. This is gonna be bad news. Jumps in. Both fighters planning something? Cannon spike. Players, they're going for the super art. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Taking no prisoners. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. This is crucial. The opening round is about to begin. Coming through. Okay, takes them all the way to the corner. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Fights! How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps? Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Sets the bomb off to shake them up. This may be it. Their life is hanging by a thread. They gotta lean heavily on their drive moves now. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Finds the target. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the... This is gonna hurt. Dangerous range here. What a read with that anti-air. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Plenty of time left. How's the match gonna play out? Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. Gets a normal hit from the drive impact. They're still good. Burnout is triggered. So they takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. This is looking bad. What are they gonna do? Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. All right, what's coming up next? Goes for the super KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Jumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Reads them. still very early in the round. They're still feeling each other out. Player 1 holding on to that.
Just goes for it at this range.
The fighters return to the middle of the stage. Does a good job escaping the corner. Gets the jump, brushes that off, and keeps going. Digs in deep to get that drive impact. Both wide and super are engaged.
Looking to ramp up the voltage here.
Player 1 needs, what a smart throw. Knockdown and smart play with the throw. Throws them. How long can this offensive assault continue? Knew the throw was coming. Player 1 can't use forward throw, laying the pressure on Thick. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start to drive impact misses. What a finish! Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Blocks the jump in. The impact gets blocked. Blocks the impact, but they're still pushed back. The combo's there. No good up high. Deftly shuts out the jump in. Who's it gonna be? Player 2 has the life advantage. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. The grab misses. All right, what's coming up next? This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Brushes off the impact. Takes them all the way to the KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Combo with the target combo. Still slugging it out at this range. Shows the medium kick. Going on the offensive? Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Looking to ramp up the voltage here. Knockdown and player 2 experiencing burnout. Barely blocks the jump in. Checks with a medium kick. Great goes off beat with the aerial roll-in. Looking for a chance. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. It's time for both fighters going on the offensive. Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Looking to follow up after that target combo. Super art to show them what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Devotes all that meter to the goddess of the hunt. They're about to get a big knockout kiss. The drive impact doesn't work. Nothing stops this train. Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What are they gonna do? Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. Super armor wasn't enough. I can't move. Are you kidding me? Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Reads the jump in perfectly. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. From up above. With the life gap, beats it up with a combo into super. Taking stock. Charges forward. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. The drive impact doesn't get them the punish counter, but it's still good. Player 2 needs to hold out until they're experiencing burnout. It's turned into a driveless fight. How will they play it? One chance here may end this match. Shout on Earth, cranking it up. KO! Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. The jump in catches them. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Time to sit on the lead. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. Uses the target combo as a filler. KO! That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Checking their opponent. Throws him down. Was well in range to score the throw. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Stands firm and blocks the drive impact. Knockdown. Player 2 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. If the drive gauge is completely empty, the player will enter burnout and won't be able to use drive for a period of time, so it's vital to not let that happen. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Knockdown. Player 1 creates a KO. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player 1 had an impressive round while managing their drive gauge. They'll want to carry that momentum into the next round. Target locked and scoop! Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Looking for a chance. Burnout activates. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. A super arc? Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? The super hits, and this looks like it's gonna kill. Did not miss that chance and takes the round! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Jumps! Brings out a bomb. It's cute and makes people unhinged. Still plenty of time left. Gotta do better than that. Yo, you got a cheat sheet? Player 1 has the soup pack your bag. We're going to Siberia. Both sides getting... No! This will break them. Player 2 can't let... There's a burnout. Reach out and... Oh, they got him! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Time to get looking to plant them with the pile driver. The jump-in is denied. That overhead was a bit obvious. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Trips them up. Player 2 is using their drive liberator. They need to make good use of the gauge without emptying it. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Knockdown. Player 1 chases them down. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. They decide to hang takes a big gamble and rips out a raw KO. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. A brave forward jump there to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. What'll happen here? Hit them with a stop and pop. Russian suplex, and that's gonna be a chunk of damage there. Going in, taking them for a ride on the Siberian Express. Player 2 experiencing burnout. Reach out and hug them. It's too much. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Body of iron. Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in.
You get serious. Are you serious?
Charges forward. Jumps in. Hits them with a stop and pop. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Okay, there's the wall splash. They can't do anything now. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that space. What now? Holy! Oh, the drive impact hits for a punish. Reach out and hug. Oh, they got him! Player 2 gets the win in a convincing fashion. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. From low heavy to it's back with the overdrive vertical. Oh, talk about overextending. Spends a little drive gauge here to go on the offensive. All right. Player 2 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Medium kick. This is gonna be bad news. Target locked and scoop. The big play does it. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Brings out a bomb. It's cute and makes people unhinged. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Nice double lariat. Blocks it. Beast mode activated, and now they're ready to party. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. Burnout activated. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Risky up-close scrap still going. They're going for the super art? Oh, no question whether this super art is going to kill or not.
Let's go.
No escaping that. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. From up above. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 has not been shy about using their drive gauge. Solid combo. Knockdown. Reads them. The big play does it. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Jumps, grabs them. Good work staying in throw range there. Sneaks in above. Which way you gonna block? Headbutt. Medium kick hits. So, what's next?
Their space perfect parry.
How will they follow up? Going on the offensive? Jumps up. Drive kick hits them with a stopping block. Good instinct to spend resources.
Oh, looking to ramp up the voltage here.
Player 1 can't let this simmer. There's a burnout. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Fight round. Fight.
Jumps in, solid anti-air. Wall splat into the guard break. There you are. Burnout activates.
Yes, sir. More damage. Nothing stops this train. Ooh, put a bit of stank on that. Kotsugeki to the face.
Player 1 needs to take advantage of this kick. Oh, now that is a punish. Player 2 is in burnout overhead, but it won't work. Ugh, scuff him. Low heavy. What are they gonna do?
Unleashing the beast and ready to play mix-up.
Player 1 can't wall splat into the guard break.
Ugh, take a seat. The reactions on display.
Player
They are done.
Player 1
Was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Can they outlast it? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. Gets backed into the corner with pressure building. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Very solid corner switch. This is a tough spot. Player 2 is in a tight spot right now. Heading into the end game now. It's getting takes a big KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They block the overhead and grabs them.
Vertical rolling attack. Get out of here.
This fight is just underway. What delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Spends the gauge for the drive reversal. Spends some drive gauge on the reversal. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Still slugging it out at this range. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Going in. The engagement here will have experiencing burnout. Going on the offensive. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on.
Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia.
Okay, here we go. Player 2
Can you?
No! This will break! Oh, they got him! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Starts things off with a jump in. Connects with the throw. This may be it.
Steals back a chance. Reads the jump in perfectly. Oh, yo! Raw super here! Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge despair. Nothing stops this train. Screw pile driver. There's no escape. Oh, will this super art do anything? Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Look at the jet burns out. In with the crossover. Ugh, take a seat. Player 1 can't let this simmer. Ooh, taking him for a ride. Down to the final hit. Who's gonna take it? Threads the needles. Player 1 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A jump in drops him hard. Target locked and scoop. Player 2 is working with a lesson on hold your breath. Player 2 chases them down. Sticks the combo. Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Life lead opens up. Neat goes for the super art. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Player 1 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round, experiencing burnout. Both fighters are just about done. Big meter gap here that may be a factor. Jump wins out in the battle of the skies. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jumps. Brings out a bomb. It's cute and makes people unhinged. Brushes that off and keeps going. Player 1 can build off this lead. Yo, put that away. What'll happen here? Risky up-close scrap still going. Double lariat and now ups the damage on that by opting to go for the overdrive. A super art. Burnout activates. Target locked and scoop. Both fighters overhead, but it won't work. Are we what were they thinking? The low kick hits. This is gonna hurt. Players, there's a burnout. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. We're so close to the end of the round that it may not matter that both fighters are burned out. Gets the tip with the low heavy. Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A little too greedy there. Reads them. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 2 with a sliver of drive gauge left. They may be in for a tough time. A depleted drive gauge will really limit their options here. Smart meter management is one of the keys to winning, so they'll have to keep tabs on that if they want to win this match. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. The quarter makes it. Will this super art connect? Player 2 needs to deal with this burnout. Like target locked and scoop. This is a critical point of the round where they just need. Oh! There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jumps. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Player 2 has hit a super art. That's not gonna hit. Hits them with a stop and pop. Pack your bags. We're going to Siberia. What now? Raw super art incoming. Goes for the jackhammer, tops off the tank, and scores the win. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. The first round begins. No time to save that stuff for nationals. It's time to go all in.
Still slugging it out here. Oh, whiffs the grab. Taking stock.
Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. That's one huge life lead. KO. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
A little too greedy there. Grabs him.
Good work staying in throw range there.
Jump, hits him with a stopping block. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Both fighters planning something? Looking to plan him with a pile driver. Their spacing is so on point. Burnout activates. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous on super art. Goes for the jackhammer off the Cyclone Lariat. Prioritize saw him coming and goes for the Boris Antio. Are we gonna see a comeback here? This is so tense. Low heavy connected? We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. The match just started. It's anyone's game. Doing some quick planning? Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with a meter advantage. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Time to reassess the situation? Out of range, relatively safe. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Oh, could be the start of something. So, what's next? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Midway through the round, expect to see our fighters settle into their group. Still lots of time left in this fight. Midway point of the round. Time to get slick reactions with a vertical roll. Were they baiting them into that? That's how you force your opponent to do what you want so you can get a punish. Player 1 can't let this simmer. It knocked them out of the air. Player 2 is looking at him, goes to the air. Oh, they switched the low. What now? Screw pile driver. There's no escape. Okay, here we go. Player 2 is in burnout state, a very precarious situation. Nothing stops this train. Hit that with confidence. Super art to show off what a PhD and fighters can do for you. Wants to close it out in style, but is it enough? Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? They are not getting close to each other. Trouble from up top. It is over. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that rundown. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what target locked and scoop. Player 2 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. They've got a small life lead, but it's not over. Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. All right, what's coming up next? Still slugging it out here. Oh, talk about overextending. The jump in catches them. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Jumps in. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Closing moments of the match. KO! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Goes for the jump in.
Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? A good chance here to recover the drive gauge or figure out the next step. Time's the only thing moving here. Trying to read each other here?
You'd be right at home in the ring.
Expect both fighters to crank it up a bit now that we're halfway through the round. How will our fighters use this time to create chances for themselves? They gotta be careful here because a full drive gauge can erase what life they have left in a flash. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. They break things off to take a quick breather. Time's the only thing moving here. Anything could happen here. Trying to read each other here? Less than 20 seconds remaining. They need to finish the round, but can't be too hasty. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. So, what's next? 10 seconds! What's the plan? What are these fighters going to cook up for us in the dying seconds of this round? Screw pile driver! There's no escape! The round ends as time expires. Did we just witness some high-level scouting there?
Fight round. Fight.
It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Plenty of health, full gauges, let's go. Player burns out. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? They are not getting close to each other. Oh, yo, Raw super hit.
Serious?
Throw is denied. Any throw will whiff at that range. All whiff and no throw. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Not in range for the throw. Are they going to be able to forward throw? Laying the pressure on Thick. This is a gigantic life lead. They are not getting close to each other. Pack your bags. We're perfectly executed. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. It's the start of the round. How will they start their approach? We're still in the early going, and it's really anyone's fight. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Nice counter. Smart play there. Back throw to get the side switch. Player one is just about out of drive after that. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Holds out with the block. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. The jump in is denied. Knockdown. Burnout is triggered. Life lead opens up. Very solid corner switch. Not having the cross-up. Player one creates a good corner opportunity. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player one, experiencing burnout, picks up the win with the counter hit. Looked like they were baiting their opponent into making a mistake. Player one with a big first round pickup. Can they close it out? Jumps? Are we going to see some fireworks here? Backstep blowing attack? Player one going on the offensive? Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Player one in dire jackknife maximum cuts clean through him. Manages to block the jump in attack. What'll happen here? Goes for the jump in. The counter attack connects. Great sense to take advantage of even the smallest opening. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Shows the overhead. Okay, we're in the early stages of the round. Uses this opportunity to really lay into the opponent with a damaging combo. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Knockdown. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. Definitely answers the air attack. Can't tech the throw. Player two is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. A brave forward jump there to start. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Jumps in. Player one has the life lead. Can they use it? There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Connects with medium kick. Looks like they both relied a lot on their drive arts. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Barely blocks the experiencing burnout. Player no way. No signs of running up from out of the corner. In there. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? We are here in the first round. Which one of them will let their fists do the talking? Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Denies the jumping attack with a jumping attack of their own. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage.
Sticks the jump in. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Life lead opens up. Lifts him with the wrong paw. Gets the jump in. Near the end of the round, with a drive gauge cage, shout of Earth in there! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
This round is so important. You can feel the intensity in the air. Throws them to negate the block. Closes the gap for the grab. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? Overhead. Knockdown and hits them with a stop and bop. Safely increases their throw level. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Cross up! Burnout activates. Transverse. The hit throw connects. What'll happen? They're going for the super art? Going wild with Shout of Earth. Medium kick. Both fighters planning something? And they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the big Shout of Earth. Cranking closes it out. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks.
Final round. Fight.
Opens with a jump in. Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. And eats it. Hits them with a stop and bop. Drops them. Player 2, the overhead denied. Goes off beat with an aerial roll-in. Blocks it. Clutch anti-air. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Changes the flight plan. Combo. Player goes to the air. Getting up close and personal. Excellent block. And whip. They're wide open. Player 2 may be able to pull a fast one, especially with the super art ready. Noticeable life lead. Impact squash. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Their turns out. A jump? They gotta find something to work with here. Unleashing the beast and ready to play mix-up. A jump in? Jumps? No! Critical art now? About 20 seconds left. This round may end with a timeout. Can either fighter hunker down and close this out? Tons of space between the fighters now. It is over! Player 1 made some smart moves there. Great game.
Comes a new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Get right in there! This is a tough spot. They're at the center of the stage. What happens to KO? Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Had the radar up and running.
Good somersault kick. Combo with the target combo. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? Not much life left, but their drive usage may save them. The life lead opens up. Nice read. Denies them with a somersault kick. Drive rush to keep it going. Checks him with the boom. A quick breather. Burns out. In there. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Nails the anti-air. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Blocks the low heavy. The low heavy hits. Player 1 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. That drive impact is blocked. Hold your breath. They can open up this round. Get some. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Goes to the overdrive. Parries to cancel the fire. Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 2 has a slight life lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Pokes with a medium kick. Good somersault kick. Blocks the low heavy and blocks the impact. Player experiencing burnout. Uses the fireball to try and get a reaction. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory KO? Player 2 took no time to finish that fight.
A new challenger.
We're in for something special right here, right now.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Uses the target combo to take a chunk of damage off the opponent. Still slugging it out here. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Which of these fighters are going to get the SA gauge advantage here? Knockdown. Hits him for the stun. This might be over right here. Next hit will end the round. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Oh, what's this? There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. What'll happen here? They're going for the super art? Player 1 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Player 2 needs to use the credit, brushes that off and keeps going.
They are really going at each other this round. The reads they make now would be...
Burnout activates. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Experiencing burnout, looking to plant him with a pile driver. What'll happen here? Player 2 can't let reach out and hug him. You need guts to pull that off. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Combo with the target combo. The super armor does its job.
The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger.
Player 2 is going to have a hard time managing their driver. Sees it coming and blocks it out.
Taking stock.
Hold your breath. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage.
All right, what's coming up next?
Player, burnout activates.
This is a critical point of the round where they just need to go for it. Going in?
KO! Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Nice parry. Brushes that off and keeps going.
Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate.
Risky decision, but let's see how this plays out. Just goes for it at this range. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous super art. Speed clothesline to knock him down. Ooh, yeah, kick in the gut. Setting him up for the Storm Buster. Hold your breath. In there. That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Opts for the throw. Knockdown. Very solid corner. Avoids getting cornered. Takes the check. Will this super art connect? All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 chases them down. Decides to meet them in the air.
Who will capitalize on an opening first? Looking for a chance. Barely blocks the jump in. In there. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Gets the jump in. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. From upstairs. Hits him with a stopping bomb. Blocks it. Prime boosted Hadouken. Blocking that driver KO. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. It's time for both fighters to lay it all on the line. Charges forward. Checks with a medium. Oh, slick reactions with a vertical roll. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side step. The low. What now? All in with a rush. These guys are not giving each other any time to wall splash into the conflict. Putting it all on the line. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it. Did not miss that chance and takes the round.
I've seen a lot of fights in my day, but nothing even comes close to this one.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Connects with medium kick. Jumps?
Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Blocking a jump in attack means you're at a disadvantage, so they should be looking to anti-air instead. Holds out with the block. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. If they can KO.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
Big counter. Goes for the jump in.
You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in.
Gotta be careful not to whip at this range.
Going in?
Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Gets rocked by the vertical roll. Experiencing burnout. Knockdown and... reads the jump in perfectly. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the flatlines zone? Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Almost had it, but it gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Jump in finds the mark.
You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Absorbs the attack and fires back.
There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. The drive impact.
Oh wow, look at the damage that did. Fantastic work with that combo.
No holding back. Goes all out for the big damage. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here.
A quick breather.
And fold for the throw. That's what they came for.
He kept a close eye on the skies and it paid off. Good reactions there.
Player 2 took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet.
Sees it coming and blocks it out. That was a solid anti-air. Throws him down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. All right. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Blocks the ambiguous crossover. Some fine spacing and timing. Was looking for that jump attack. Reads them. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table.
Delivers the pain right to their doorstep.
It takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super.
Jumps up.
KO.
Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Shows the medium kick. Hits them with a stop and pop. Jumps in.
Throws them to negate the block. Good work staying in throw range there.
Player going on the offensive? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Oh, says no to the impact. Uses the impact to shave off some of their drive moves. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. This can lead to some big damage. KO! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks hits them with a stop and pop. The move whiffs and they get nailed with a punish counter. That should teach them you can't just throw out moves. Player one in that dangerous burnout state. Taking stock. Player two chases them down. There's a punish counter. This can lead to something very big if they can capitalize. Knockdown. That slight doubt is all it took. Player two picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Absorbs it, converts the opening impact into a punish counter. Throws them. What's next? I can't keep track of these corner switches. Gets out of the corner. Impacts a no-go. Okay, creating some space here. In with the rolling attack. Hold your breath. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. Both fighters have a full super move. It's a good spot to use the super. Uses the gauge for the super. They're not playing around here.
Now you know history.
Player one has the deck stacked against them. Can they squeeze out a win here? Burnout active in there. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win.
Comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Goes for the command grab. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? They gotta escape from the takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. All right, what's coming up next? Throws them to negate the block. Player two is almost dead, but some clutch KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Jump? Who's going to start things off? Tatsu's out of the quick dash. Player two will look to apply pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Gets the combo. Set the boss hits him with a stop and bop. We're at a standstill, but we may see an eruption soon. This is the ideal range. Clutch anti-air. Closes it out. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Gotta do better than that. Oh, slick reactions with a vertical roll. Jumps? Ooh, does them dirty. Ooh, what a smart throw. That throw will do some good damage. Player one shrugs that off. Yo, you got a cheat sheet? Blanca-chan's on the move. With Totsugeki to the face. Rushes in. Closes it out. Player one gets the win in a convincing fashion. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. They were expecting that drive impact. Stops the attack by using a drive pair. Parrying attack like that is risky, but the reward is the drive gauge building up. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Forward throw, not letting them out of the corner. Combo KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Holds out with the block.
Hits them with a stop and pop.
Player 2 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger.
Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Uses the target combo as a filler. Burnout activates. Both fighters are super hard. Excellent read. Shout of Earth. Cranking it up. Dragon Lash. Oh, here we go. There's a burnout. Both sides flatlines them. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Charges forward. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have?
Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. What are they thinking here? Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. Life lead opens up. Stick shift goes for the super art. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Both are just hanging on by a in there.
Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps. The next charges forward. Backstep rolling attack.
Player 2 kept their drive gauge topped off through that round and still took the win. Guess they didn't need it.
Goes low. Brushes that off and keeps going. They can't squander this punish counter chance. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Knockdown going wild with Shout of Earth. Can drops them from the air. Uses the gauge for a super art. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. Player 2 brings